Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name is Christine, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make some tags using the Crafter's Workshop mini ornament template. In this video I'm going to show you how to make these nice bold tags to add to your gifts using this template from the Crafter's Workshop as our guide. So I'm going to move these out of the way. Now I have a tag here and I've already placed down my template and I just traced around the outside of it with a pencil. So you should be able to see a pencil there. And for this tag, I'm going to use ruby paint and gilt gold. This is from Dina Wakley Media for Ranger. And I'm going to do red on as the ornament and then gold around it. Now this is heavy body paint. You don't have to use a heavy body paint. You can use a regular paint if you would like. And I'm going to start by just getting my outline of my shape, and then I've got a lot of paint on my brush, so I don't want to go into that finer detail yet. So then I want to do the circle. Now I'm using an angled brush. And so I use the point to get into that little detail up there to make my circle and the top of the ball. Now I found that I had to do a second coat of paint. Typically, we'll see, I was using a regular acrylic paint previously, but I think even with the heavy body I might have to do a second to get a nice smooth coat, but we will see briefly. So then I'm going to do down here. Now if you go over the lines a bit, that's okay too. Now this heavy body paint is actually pretty good, so we'll see once it dries if a second coat is needed or if one coat will be enough. Okay, so I need to clean off my brush. I'm just going to do that. Got my paper towel here. I'm going to leave the red paint there in case we need the second coat, and now I'm going to put some gilt down on my craft sheet. And if you haven't seen it before, Ranger has these ends that you can screw onto Dina's paints, and then the cap has a little pin in it that will go in, and so it never clogs. But you can use this to do writing and small detailing on your projects. So it just goes right in. But then you can still use it regularly and just squirt it on your craft sheet. So I'm going to get this. And again, I'm going right along the edge. And then down the side. And I found the gold I ended up having to do a second coat just to get that nice smooth finish. And then again, when I'm doing this, I use that point to get into the little detail here. You could always have a second thinner brush to do it. And then around here as well, you have to. Now I had the ornament template, so I did ornaments, but you could do this same sort of bold idea with any shape. And if you don't have a template, I mean, you could probably just draw it on as well. But I like the idea of having some bold tags for the gifts. And then, of course, you can paint them whatever color to match your paper that you're giving your gifts in. And this is a tag that could be done with any image, as I said. So, I mean, it doesn't have to just be for the holidays. You can do this any time of the year. Okay, so now we finished it, and you might be able to see that it's not completely smooth. There's some little blotchy sort of marks on it. The ornament actually isn't too bad. It's just the gold I find is a little blotchy. So I'm going to give it a quick dry with my heat gun, and then I'm just going to quickly do another layer. So it really is that quick, just to hit it briefly with that heat tool, just to get it. And then now I can just, the second layer coat is quite quick because you already have that base down. But it's just trying to smooth it out so you don't have that blotchiness. And if a bit gets on your ornament, you can just use your finger to see if you can get it off. And then up here, and just by adding that second layer there, it's made it a little smoother. I'm just going to add a little bit of red paint to this corner here because the gold got over it. And now I got gold there. You might want to clean your brush before using the other color paint. Okay, so now I have all this excess paint, so I can make like a few more if I want to. I'm going to quickly give it a dry before we do the next step, and I'm actually going to wipe the excess gold off here. That's the great thing about using the craft mats, is that this acrylic paint just comes off no problem. So my tag is pretty dry. So now I'm going to put my ornament back on, and I'm using a Sharpie with a fine tip. Just make sure it's working good. Okay, and so I'm going to lay my ornament back over top of the red. And then you have to make sure your paint is dry, or else it'll just sort of go into the paint. So I did the bottom. I'm going to rotate it. And because it's really thin, you want to make sure you're holding it down, because sometimes that stencil can move and it will end up making a little line under it. And if you do get paint on your Sharpie, just wipe it off on a piece of paper. And I just continue that line. And I had added some lines here. And just like that, I have my completed tag. And then I can write the to and from in the space of the ornament. And so it's just a nice bold tag to add to your gifts, and it's really easy to do when you use the little Crafters Workshop templates. Thanks for watching Scrap Time. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube. See you next time. Bye.